Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Leo March 2025 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, Clairvoyant. Well, we have a great deck for you this month. What is it called? I can't recall. I think it might be called Star because there's a big star on the back of it. I just generally, as you know, just tie up my stuff with ribbon or string, throw away all the boxes and the papers and everything with it because it really doesn't do much for me as a general rule. And but what there is in here, I've noticed, is there's some really good imagery in it, which I might take some time to point out a couple of things with my pen, not too many of them. You'll see things as well, but I'll point a couple of them out that just strike me as being interesting, but not too many, of course, otherwise we'll run out of time. Now, you know, of course, that as a clairvoyant, I provide readings, clairvoyant readings. They take about an hour and a half. To you, if you're interested, check out the information that's in the description at the end of the video and is provided to people anywhere in the world over FaceTime and Skype. And if you are interested, the details are in the description, or even if you're just curious. Now, I charge for those, but there is a separate thing which I do not charge for. That is the spiritual gift of healing, which comes through me and not from me, as you would expect. Now, that's provided for free. Why? Well, because it's been made very clear to me, and I've been doing it for over 4 decades, that I can't get anything in return for it because it just won't work if I do, and it'll do damage to my soul. It was given to me on the basis that I give it freely to people. So there's no obligation, there's no recommendations, nothing will be sold to you by me or anybody else. You won't get bombarded with emails. You might just be at your wit's end with something. You could have an emotional issue. You could have problems with work or business or things like that. Look, it's a pretty open slate, and hundreds of people from this channel have taken advantage of it, so you're not alone if this is calling out to you, and I do set time aside each day to do them, in addition, of course, to the readings, which I seem to spend several days a week doing. Now, I will say this, that there are no video and if that does speak to you, of course, then the details are in the description. There are no video advertisements in here, so you get to enjoy the content direct without interruption. So show me the magic. Prince of Swords. Good. The Hermit. What a beautiful picture. This is the Two of Wands. Here is Five of Cups. Here is what? 5 of Swords and 5 of Cups. Excellent. Well, why don't you come and sit down here next to me? I'll bring the camera around. You and I can have a good close look at the imagery on these cards together while the cosmic energies swirl and speak to us both, and I'll do the reading for you. Now, I love this time of year. This looks like a great thing. Let me just take some time to allow these images to seep into me. Great time of year, this, coming into spring in the northern hemisphere, and of course fall or autumn in the southern hemisphere is beautiful. This time of year reminds me of my wife. Beautiful woman, not in the sense of like a Vogue cover girl, but beautiful features, beautiful smile, beautiful personality, beautiful way about her, beautiful walk, a beautiful friend and a beautiful lover. One night, when we were in our bed, she whispered to me, "You are like a god, like an immortal one." And she said that while her naked body was pressed up to mine, our sweat golden and glistening in the dimmed lights. "Oh, my love," I whispered back to her, "I am more mortal than all. It seems that a part of me dies every night that I lie with you." And the next day, she left me. She was crossing an intersection and someone driving, coked or methed out of their head, broke through and ran through a red light and hit her. It was instantaneous. And later, when I had to attend the morgue to identify the body, her beautiful features had been dishonored by the impact. And her absence was like the sky after that, everywhere. Well, perhaps not so much like the sky because it had a more localized effect, and that was in my body. The body which had been her lover was now an empty house. And yet, she still afterwards teaches me. She has taught me about loss and grief and about the renewal of hope and joy. And it's as if now she's also speaking and saying that at the center of the universe is a loving heart that continues to beat and that wants the best for every person, and anything that we can do to help foster the intellect and spirit and emotional growth of our fellow human beings, that is your job. And those of us who have this particular vision must continue against all odds. Life is for service. Now, in any event, this has now come through in a blinding flash to me, and this is so dominating of everything that's around, as you might expect. Look, here is your planet, the sun, a couple of wands going up, there's a zodiac wheel there. This is Mars in Aries. Mars here in its own sign. And so with you, even through some temporary things which are seen by these, there will be with you a warlike energy. You'll be like some sort of a dynamic pioneer. You'll find that you dominate a situation. You may even be dominating another person. And certainly, I don't think that you are going to be satisfied with your life as it is. You will be looking to change, to ramp it up, and you'll be focusing your intent. Now, Mars here, which is the bringer of dynamic, active power in its own sign, this is bringing a drive forward to you into new directions. And this also indicates the renewal which comes with destruction, disappointment, or things in the past. You've got a command over things now. But this is demanding that your energies are collected together and focused to provide the narrow point and courage necessary to embark upon new paths which are going to take you to success, prosperity, and to love. Now, whatever changes may occur along the way, you are just not going to be thrown off balance. Also, looking at some of the aspects of this further, well, we have in it, as I say, Mars, which is the planet of vitality, energy, and assertion, in Aries, which is about exploration, pioneering. Now, this number 2 here, this is, after all, the 2 of Wands. This is about balance. And here you see your energy move forward in new directions, which is the Aries aspect, from a place of balance and harmony, which is the numerology of the 2, with the confidence and aggression of Mars. So whatever else is going on in your life, you will, as total energy around you, have boldness, courage, almost a fierceness with you. I think you'll be generous and proud. You may well find that you are looking for revenge on someone, and you'll be using your willpower to break through stagnant situations and remove long-standing blocks. This is a time to act, but act on instinct and what you believe to be right without trying to over-intellectualize the situation. Now you can say to yourself, I find the strength I need in my own center. Well, let's look at this Five of Cups down at the bottom. This Mars energy is pushing these things away. You are dominating them and overcoming things here. Well, what has we got here? Here is Mars again, and also the Mars in the number 5, which I have a mystical association with it, in the first decan of Scorpio, which is the 23rd of October to the 2nd of November. Now, it may well be that at some point you have some unfulfilled expectations. You may be tempted to lose that balance which is coming to you from that Two of Wands that we just looked at. And you may well find some unexpected disturbances in relationships, some problems with relationships. Maybe you see, this isn't just about romantic relationships, incidentally. It can be much broader than that, social or even business things. But I suspect that maybe your expectations were much too big and some unexpected event. Perhaps only a thoughtless reaction has ruined them abruptly. There has been, I think, an aggressive, destructive energy bubbling away beneath the scene for some time that you have probably been overlooking because you didn't want to admit to its existence. You ignored the warnings of your inner voice, but now, in a sense, you have to face the sobering facts and look them in the eye. Yes, excessive expectations. Look, I have a friend of mine, and she's had a checkered love life, and she told me, she said, I have a history of making decisions very quickly about men. I've always fallen in love fast and without measuring the risks. I have a tendency not only to see the best in everybody, but to assume that everyone is emotionally capable of reaching his highest potential. She said that I have fallen in love more times than I care to count with the highest potential of a man. I fell in love with his highest potential rather than with the man himself, and I have hung on to the relationship for a long time, sometimes far too long, waiting for the man to rise up to his own greatness. So many times in romance, I have been a victim of my own optimism. I will say this, though, that when you're looking for love and it seems like you might not ever find it, remember you probably have access to an abundance of it already, just not the romantic kind. Now, this kind of love might not kiss you in the rain or propose marriage, but it will listen to you, inspire you, and restore you. It will hold you when you cry, celebrate when you're happy, and sing songs with you when you're drunk. You have so much to gain and learn from this kind of love, because you can carry it with you forever. So keep it as close to you as you can. The other thing that's coming through very strongly here is that you don't need to change your shape to make yourself worthy of somebody's love. You don't need any words or looks or comments from a man or a woman, as the case may be, to believe that that you are visible, to believe that you are here because you are enough. Your heart is enough. The stories and sentences twisting around in your mind are enough. Your early morning walks and night baths are enough. Your singing in the shower and your loud love and laughing in the pub, the bar is enough. You are really your own universe. You warm up the act and the main event and the backing singers. And if this is it, if this is all there is, just you, the trees, the sky, and the sea, know that that's enough. You are whole. You are complete. You will never run out. Now, there's another thing which is coming through here, because I get this feeling of separation of men from their children, which is so often the case today, where the father gets very limited access to the children. Look, this is what this is saying, that the greatest thing a father can do for his children is to respect the woman that gave birth to his children. It's because of her that you have the greatest treasures in your life. Now, you may have moved on, but your children haven't. If you can't be her soulmate, then at least be thoughtful. Whom your children love should always be someone that you acknowledge with kindness. Your children notice everything, and they will follow your example. If you talk down their mother, they will hold it against you forever. Now, there was another irritation down here somewhere. Yes, it's this. I won't go into the imagery of it. You can take from it what you will. But from the astrological point of view, it's Venus in the first decan of Aquarius, the 22nd of January to the 29th of January. Look, Venus is the ruler of Taurus, which is an earth sign. But here we have Venus ruling an air sign, being Aquarius. Aquarius is the fixed sign of air. The two are at odds with each other. Venus is a lover and not a fighter, where Aquarius is a rebel by nature and a fighter, very often for causes. And so that individualistic, detached nature of Aquarius is clashing with Venus, which is the planet of relationship. And this has got the planet of Mars in it here with this 5, which is your friend this month. Now, I have to say that coming up from here, I'm just getting the feeling of fear around it, which can distort sometimes your view of the present and of the unknown in the future, of course. And your fear, if you've got it, may be the result of losing control emotionally due to previous hurts from relationships. Or it might be connected with the workplace, where you've had experiences that stop you from expressing yourself fully because your confidence is lost. But now Mars is pushing you to let go of that fear, and the energy which is bound up in these swords here is going to join with this and be released, and you are going to get through it. Now, this is very much saying that from today, let today be the day that you stop being haunted by the ghosts of yesterday. Holding a grudge and harboring resentment is poison to the soul, don't you understand? Get even with people, but not those who have hurt you, even though I do see there is an element of revenge coming up. I'll leave that to you. I don't make any judgment about it one way or the other. It's your life to live as you want to. But get even with people who have helped you. I think what's going to happen is you are going to wake up one morning and you're going to say, today, many people are waking up with a fresh sense of inspiration, so why not me? And today, many are opening their eyes to the beauty that surrounds them. Why not me? And today, many people will choose to leave the ghost of yesterday behind and seize the power of today. Why not me? Today, people are going to break through barriers of the past by looking at the blessings of the present. Why not me? A lot of people who are carrying the burden of self-doubt and insecurity are going to be freed by the security and confidence of empowerment, which is coming to you here. So why not me? And many are going to choose to live as a positive role model for their children, even if they don't get to see them so often. So why not me? Today, many are going to live free of conditions and rules governing their happiness. Why not me? And today, many will be faced with difficult moral choices, and they will choose to do what is right rather than what is expedient. Why not me? And today, many people are going to decide to no longer sit back with a victim mentality, but to take charge of their lives and to make positive changes. So why not me? And many are going to take the action necessary, which we'll talk about here in a second, to make a difference. Why not me? Today, many people are making the commitment to be a better mother, father, son, daughter, teacher, worker, sibling, lover. Why not me? Today is the day. Many will seize this day. Many will live it to the fullest. Why not me? I'm going to do it as well. Now, this energy is just being added to by this Hermit, the sacred number. The sacred number is number 9, you know. Actually, in the old days, have I told you before that in the old days, the ancients, a few thousand years ago, they would take hour number 1 being like 6 a.m., hour number 3 were what we call 9 a.m. Hour number 6 is what we would call midday. Hour number 9 is what they would call 3 p.m. So it's no coincidence that in the stories of the Christian Gospels, the Synoptic Gospels, Gospels according to Matthew and Mark and Luke, had the Christ figure being executed or killed or dying at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's the sacred number. Isn't this a stunning picture? I won't go into it, other than to say that this is really hammering home what we just talked about there. Now, this is Mercury ruling Virgo, and it's got Mercury exalted, which is all about your mind, your analytical ability, and you are what you think you are. Do you understand? Your thoughts control your world. You paint your world with your thoughts. And your thoughts are created by you. You paint the picture and you put the words around them. And the strongest words, the most powerful words you will ever hear in your life are the words that you tell yourself. Never talk yourself down. You might well find that you go inward here. There's some sort of contemplation, but it's a more important message coming through here. This guy is acting as a mentor to you now. He is giving you some divine inspiration, is what I would put it at. At least that's what is coming through to me. I've got goosebumps everywhere. And it's saying that, look, When you don't think that you're worth much, Mercury, thought, when you don't think that you're worth much, you find ways to make your world small. You don't allow yourself to hope because you have already accepted failure. Do you understand? And this pattern of thinking will often determine the outcome of your most important choices. But this is telling you that doubt and confidence, they are both acts of faith. They are both predictions of your capabilities. Now, whether you tell yourself that you can or that you can't, that will happen. Because the beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies. The only way that you can break this cycle is to understand that you are not your thoughts. Work on your thoughts every day. Select the thoughts that you have in the same way that you will select the clothes that you are going to wear. This, according to him, is the best recipe for confidence. And confidence is how you start giving yourself permission to take up more space in the world, to want more for yourself, and to know that you deserve it. In a sense, this is also now through this portal that we see here. It's as if you are now looking into eternity to see who the real you is. You are not inside of your body. Your body is inside of you. Now, eternity. Look, eternity is a difficult subject, I suppose, to get your head around, but I would say that in the broader scheme of things, there are what I call some shining moments, and they are as brief as the twinkling of an eye. Yet such twinklings are what eternity is made of. Moments when you can say, I love you, I'm proud of you, I forgive you, I'm grateful for you. That's what eternity is made of. Invisible, imperishable, good stuff and words that echo all throughout time. Now, it's also a fact that you're very creative, right? So this is saying this here, that don't wait around for inspiration. Inspiration, in a sense, is for amateurs. You know, the professionals get up, creatives, they just get up and go to work. Because if you wait around for the clouds to part and for a bolt of lightning to strike you in the brain, you are not going to make an awful lot of work. All the best ideas come out of the process. That's the Virgo aspect of this. They come out of the process there. They come out of the work itself. Things occur to you. If you're sitting around trying to dream up a great idea, creative idea, well, you can sit there a long time before anything happens. But if you just get to work, something will occur to you, and something else will occur to you, and something else that you reject will push you in another direction. Inspiration really is unnecessary and a bit deceptive. You feel like you need this great idea before you can get down to work. This is saying to you, that's basically never the case. Just take action. And what do you know? You get idea after idea after idea. When you start to work, comes tumbling through all over the top of you. That's exactly what this is saying here. This is creative thinking, cutting through all entanglements and becoming free of limiting ideas and models. You'll have a clear perception now, but this is saying that you will have fine ideas and they'll almost come tumbling one after another with you. You might also find that other people find it very difficult to keep up with you intellectually, mentally, you know. But you're going to solve problems here. The challenge for you will be, though, to make sure you convert the idea into something tangible. That is, don't go from one great new idea to another great new idea to another great new idea. Fix on one. Take it to its conclusion, and you will be successful and prosperous and receive abundance. Great set of cards for you. Thank you for your company. Extremely interesting artwork, wouldn't you say? Beautiful, I think. Now, unless I see you in the meantime, either for a clairvoyant reading or for healing, then I'll see you here again next month. Until then, though, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.